Ben, we just showed the pictures right now of those explosions in Gaza. Israel clearly beginning to take retaliatory action. What can you tell us about this?
Yes, this comes as no surprise, the action in Gaza. We heard the Israeli Deputy Defense Minister Danny Danon saying that Hamas will be eradicated. Now, given that Hamas controls the Gaza Strip, it's not surprising that that's the target. There's been a lot of rocket fire out of Gaza, Israeli airstrikes over the last few days. But what we've seen overnight is some intense airstrikes. I just got off the phone with someone in Gaza saying that as far as he knows, they've hit a variety of training facilities and other military facilities belonging to Hamas and the other factions. In response, we've had a variety of rockets fired out of Gaza this evening, as well as mortar barrages. So it definitely looks like we have an escalation on the way. This is really just the beginning, John.
What do we know about the investigation itself? How did Israel end up finding these bodies of these teenagers? They've been missing for more than 2 weeks.
Yeah, they went missing at about 10:30 on the 12th of June. We've seen a massive manhunt throughout the West Bank, but focused mainly in the southern part of the West Bank outside Hebron and within the city itself. Now, what's interesting is that apparently what happened was the first body was discovered this afternoon at about 5 p.m. Local time by volunteers, people who are affiliated with a nature conservation school not far from here. Apparently, one person went out into a field and found under a bunch of rocks a body. He contacted the Israeli army and police. They came over, closed off the area, found the other two bodies. This was in an area that was only about a 15-minute drive from where the original kidnapping took place on the 12th of June, and in a field that had already been searched by the military and the police. John?
Ben, quickly, Israel insists that it thinks that Hamas is responsible for these deaths. Is Hamas claiming responsibility, though?
No, Hamas praised the kidnapping but did not claim responsibility. There were, in the initial days after the kidnapping, there were a variety of claims of responsibility but none of them could be verified. Now, what's interesting in this case is that there is not unanimity among Israeli security officials that this was an operation that was approved by the higher echelons of Hamas's military wing. Many of them believe that the two individuals that Israel has pointed to may have been affiliated with Hamas, but it may have been just sort of an ad hoc operation. They were basically targets of opportunity, not necessarily a pre-planned operation.